başlığıdan tibabet kesbide baklavırlık unvanını algan. 90 yılı Eferets Üniversitesi Medisina Biyokimiya bölümünde tədqiqat yardımcısı olgan. 92 yılı Angliya Glasgow Üniversitesi İmmunisiya bölümünde tədqiqat yardımcısı ve doktor aspirantı olgan. 97 yılı Eferets Üniversitesi'de Medisina Mikrobiyologiya bölümünde tədqiqat bilen şoğullangan. 2010 yılı Tibbi İnstitut'ta Türkiye'de Tunci İmmunisiya bölümünü kurup çıkan. 2010 yıldan 2008 yılgıç boğarlıkta Eferats Üniversitesi İmmunisiya bölümünün başlığı boğan. 2001 ve 2003 yıllar arasında Eferats Üniversitesi Doktorxanasının icraiyet müdürü boğan. 2001 yıldan 2004 yılgıça Eferats Üniversitesi Tibbi İnstitut'unun muavin müdürü boğan. 2008 yılı Gazi Üniversitesi Tibbi İnstitut'unun İmmunisiya bölüm başlığı boğan. 2009 yıldan hazırgacha Gazi Üniversitesi'de profesör, tabipen tarihi dersi vermekte. Sayın Vedat Bey.
Okay, I would like to thank the organizational committee, the first, and to Uyghur Academia Chairman Ablat Turan. I am very thankful, grateful to be with you together, because my ancestors Uyghur today, I told. If I listen you one day more, I will speak in Uyghur. Don't worry. But today I will speak in English, sorry. Okay, it is a website link. If you go through PubMed, you can see many papers about Uyghur medicine. Actually, not very much, but if you give the words, keywords, Yui medicine or Tun, it means traditional Uyghur medicine, you will see just 62 papers, articles. I think it needs much more interest to work on Uyghur medicine because it is very deep-rooted culture and very high culture, and they gave us or transferred us very much high knowledge in medicine. Today, if we have modern medicine, because of Uyghurs we have. Okay. Now, I have been given lectures to my medical students last 6 years. Then I asked to them, who is this man? They cannot answer very well. Everyone has 5 Turkish liras in their pocket. Do you remember this money? 5 Turkish liras. I think everyone has in their pocket. And there is one picture behind that, in the back. Aydın Sayılı. Aydın Sayılı is the first person receiving PhD degree in history of science. He was a Turkish man. He was born in Istanbul and studied in Ankara. Then later he went to Harvard. Then he received his PhD degree. Then he came to. Why I mention about his name? Because today I will give you some references, and I used references from Aydın Sayılı because his PhD thesis title was Influence of Islamic Institutions in Science. Okay? Then, when we talk about Uyghurs, we will talk about Uyghurs' past and later, after conversion of Islam, about their history, their contribution to science. Okay, another reference of mine from Adem Öger and Tuğba Köner, Uyghur Türkler arasında şamanlar ve tedavi yöntemleri. It means treatment methods and of shamans in Uyghur Turks. Another one, the names of the animal-derived drugs that are in the medical texts of Uyghur of pre-Islamic period. It is from Mahmud Girgan. He is very famous studying on this subject. Okay, everyone knows in Turkey, very aware of herbal drugs. All people listen TV shows or TV programs about Maranki or Mustafa Özarslan, Panax, this kind of thing. But they have got animal-derived drugs. It is very important. And Hippocrates' writings are important for Uyghur medicine because he visited Uyghur land. Nobody mentions about this. He lived in this area more than 10 years. He traveled with his father, with his teachers, scholars, and then he took many notes from Uyghurs, then brought the idea to Greece. People say he's a father of medicine. And another book from Henry Smith Williams. He's a very honorable man. He talks with respect about Muslims, Muslim science, and Uyghurs. He has got, I think, 3 or 4 pages about just Uyghurs. And 1 hour of my lecture just related to Uyghur medicine, or Uyghur science. I asked my students again, who did invent printing machine? Matbaayı kim icat etti? Now I am asking to this audience, who can answer me? Who did invent printing machine, matbaa? Is there an answer? Yes, Uyghurs. Very well done. Then my students cannot answer because they say Gutenberg invented. No. Golden Army took these machines from Uyghur land, then moved to Germany. They invaded Germany. Nearly they lived over there 50 years. Then they were defeated by Germans. They left 3 printing machines behind them in Berlin. Then Germans just developed the idea, developed the technology. But printing machines was invented by Uyghurs, firstly. Now you see their land and neighbors, Uyghur Hakanate, 744 and 840. East Turkestan under military control now by Communist China since 1949, and capital city Urumqi. Another importance of this country, they trained and educated many students, and they sent their Schreiders to other neighboring countries. Maybe you don't know this story. You can see many countries neighboring them. Karluks, Kimaks, China, Tibet, even China Empire used Schreider, Uyghur Schreider. Do you know that? Because Uyghurs was people with trustworthy. They keep secrets of Hans, Hakans or Sultans. They were interpreters. Do you know the meaning of Schreider? Katip in Turkish. Okay, Katip. They were Katibs of nearly 15 countries. They were interpreting, how do you say, ambassador words. They were writing letters to other countries in different languages. Generally, they used to know 20 or 15 languages. They used to know because they were well-educated people and trustworthy people. And all Hakans trusted them because they kept their secrets. They never became traitor. Okay. Now, we come to our subject, medicine in Uyghurs. There are many applications, animal-derived drugs or opotherapy, we say. Herbal medicine, phytotherapy, everyone knows this. Thermotherapy, it means baths or spa medicine, were used in Uyghur side. And Bianchi, the older name of acupuncture. Acupuncture's fathers are Uyghurs, okay? It was not invented by China. Kant's applications may be mystical, but they used some ideas of Atasaguns, the same. They used some herbs, used some, how do you say, fire, or this kind of surgical some applications they did. But Atasaguns was more for positive science, and others for mystical. When music therapy was present in Uyghurs, then later the idea was transferred to Anatolia. You know, every makam has some kind of effects on human body or human humoral system or neural system. Today, science accepts this idea. And reflexology come from Uyghur side, Uyghur nation. Now, I will start with animal-derived drugs, and I will go fast. Animals are very important in Uyghur medicine. You can see in corpus or rocks before Islam some kind of camel pictures or other, even eagle, a gray wolf. But in Uyghur side, gray wolf is not very important, but eagle is important figure in buildings or in corpus, everything. animal figures are important. They used these organs of animals as a drug. Now, German archaeologists visited Turpan city 4 times in 1950s, 60s, and 40,000 pieces of handwritings were taken from the area, the Ethnological Museum of Berlin, Ethnological Museum, and I took this reference from Merchant 2010. Now, you can see here the map. If you go to German, just visit this museum, and then you can see these scriptures over there. Very interesting. One Turkish historian translated these documents to German. Reşat Arat, maybe you know this name. He knows Uyghur language. Historical treasure now over there. Reşit Rahmet Arat, do you know this name? Yes, many people knows. And then he is called as Gabdul Rahmati when he was in Prussia Science Academy. Then in 1933 he moved to Istanbul, became citizen and appointed as a professor in Istanbul University, and he received Arat surname. He translated these handwritings to German and Turkish. Now, very interesting point. He translated these books, scriptures, to German and Turkish. And we read English books, German books, or Turkish books, and then now we are speaking in English about Uyghur medicine. It's a disaster. You know that. It's a disaster. What a sadness, I say, how a sadness. İslam öncesi, the names of the animal-derived drugs I will talk now. Et or göş, you say göş, meat, erkeç göşü, it means goat meat. If I say different accent or different price, just you can warn me, because I can improve my Uyghur language then. Erkeç edi, boiled with wine or water, bir badır ayak. It writes that, scriptures there. But what does it mean in volume? I don't know. Bir badır ayak. Maybe like this. And then it is boiled, used for healing influenza. It means grippe, treating grippe, and muscle spasm. Süglün eti, it means pheasant meat, göş. It is helpful for cirrhosis, eaten as kayma. Kayma, I think, the same in Uyghur. Teve göş, as kayma mixed with grounded barley. It means in Latin, Hordeum vulgare, treats sidon disease. Öke, the lung, is that right? Öke, yes. Small pieces of lung, animal lung of course, is used as deodorant for bad odor due to hyperhidrosis. For instance, for axillary sites, you can just dress this area, then you will not smell badly. Okay. Oh, it is helpful for asthma and COPD. It means chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Kara eçkinin öksüz bağrı. I don't know is that right in Uyghur language. Maybe my pronunciation is not well. Öksüz liver of black goat treats night blindness. It means, you know, vitamin A deficiency causes this disease. And then if you eat kara eçkinin öksüz bağrı, then you will recover. Karlıgaç eti, swallow bird meat, for anxious women as sedative. We understand family happiness is very important for Uyghurs. If woman gets anxious, especially in, how do you say, menstrual time, do you know menstrual time, then you give this drug and then they become relaxed. I think it works. Goroch bezoar, or cow bezoar, gallstones of cows are used to treat diarrhea and febrile diseases and asthma or COPD. And kuntus kayrı, it means beaver testis. You know, in Anatolia, we eat testis, but in Europe, I think nobody used this kind of meat. I think this tradition came from Central Asia for treatment of facial paralysis. It is very nice. And then it is used as cream, topical application. Mayak, animal fetches, yes, they used animal fetches sometimes. Of course, in general, topically. But sometimes they mix it with some grounds. You know, maybe today, probiotics. Have you heard probiotics? I think you heard this term. Probiotics are very good for treating diarrhea. They are probiotics, actually. They have got bacteria just to establish good flora, sometimes they used. Okay. Camel, pigeon, pigs, cows, wolves. Myrrh, is that right? Myrrh or panit, it means honey. Mix it with boiled onion or cow gall, used for treating diarrhea. Ölüm biçkinin yakışı, it means oil of dead cats. It is very interesting, but they used. To open airways, treating cerumen. Do you know, sometimes cerumen happens in our ear channel, then you cannot hear anything. To clean your airway, then you use this kind of glycerin, for instance, today. It is the same. Just you are using black cat's oil, then your ear is opened. Very simple. Miss brain, is that right, Miss? Okay. Then, ularning misi, grouse brain to treat a person bitten by a dog. Okay. It doesn't help to rabies, of course. We know that. It doesn't help, but in that time, people believed this kind of things. Yeah. Tavışkan misi, rabbit brain mixed with cow gall and butter are prepared as cream, then applied to forehead, topical, to treat headache. It is very nice. And if you add yogurt to that, it treats insomnia. Later I will mention about this. Mün, broth, it means et suyu in Turkish. It is very good, you know, everyone likes that. Recommended for all disease, for vitamin deficiencies, for treating fractures or this kind of things, they used. Öd, they used gall. Ut ödü, abortus, headache, cataract, they used for. Tavışkan ödü, rabbit gall, eye diseases. Tongus ödü, for baldness. Kişi ödü, chronic wound treatment and eye diseases. Börüç ödü, sexual potency. Eçki ödü, cerumen deafness. Kekelik ödü was used for mixed with sugar in treatment of blindness. Okay. Now urine, yes, it is very interesting. They used urine again. Kochungar urine for earache, just by dropping to ear channel. HQ-siki, mix it with salt for inflammation or earache. Utsiki, mix it with wolf urine for febrile disease. It's urine. Kenchoglan urine, it is interesting. Young man urine, mix it with Commiphora mucul. Camphor, the name of that herb. Google, another name, for treating earache. Okay. Generally, for ear diseases, they used urine. It can be interesting for today, surprising, but it was that in that time. And milk. Milk was used very much. And kımız, I will not mention because I will pass very fast. I have a chronometer. In 30 minutes, I will finish my talk when it rings. Then I will go faster this side. Because milk, everyone knows today, very helpful. Yumurta, it means yumurtka, chicken egg. Mix it with gall in order to treat wounds on the skin. Mix it with resin for healing traumatic wounds. And mix it with serus, üstübeç, and boil it for earache. Their use. Okay. Skin. They used skin to treat diseases. Kirpiteris, it means hedgehog skin, prepared as ash and used for nose bleeding. When you put kirpi ash into your nose, then your bleeding was cut. It is very interesting. It works. We tried, it works in lab. Okay. Yılan kaşıkı, yılan terisi, snake skin, prepared as ash on the fire, mix it with wine, helpful for baby delivery. You know, in delivery time, we are using some kind of medication, and then we are waiting for oxytocin response. You remember? Probably it has got this kind of effect. Again, our cardiologist friend here, we used many years streptokinase to open obstructed arteria to clean clots. Is that right? Then now I think there are some synthetic drugs to use today. What streptokinase we obtained from snakes in modern medicine? Okay, yılanbaşı munçuki, is that right in Uyghur language? Munçuki, munçuki, yes. Bonçuki, yeah. Snake head bat. It is present in elderly cobra head. You know, Uyghurs is not afraid of snakes. Of course, Uyghurs are not afraid of dragon sun. You know that. Then, but now we have got some difficulties, obstacles. Then later we will manage everything. Then snake head bead, obtained from all elderly cobra. It is helpful for treating nose bleeding. Okay. Yipar, musk. Everyone knows misk comes from, how do you say, deers. Musk is a class of aromatic substances, and it is used for perfumery even for today. In France, they prepare their perfumes from misk. Say, kiringi çakması, they treat it. I think I translated it myself. Fistula and abscess. They are talking about fistula and abscess. If I say wrong, just you can improve my translation. Kirin yiç atması. I think fistula and abscess. Is that right? Probably. And second, kırdı keçirir. There is another disease, they say, kırdı keçirir. I think grippal infection and pandemies. Is that right? Because I couldn't find translation of this. Even Arat couldn't translate because he didn't know the meaning. Just from my country, homeland, people say one disease came and kırdı geçirdi. And then I understand it is grippal infection or pandemic. Just in my city, we use this term, kırir geçirir. I know that. And headache, earache, or toothache, they treat. Okay, very interesting. How did they get, I didn't know, Yunchi suvi? It means pearl fluid. Because there is no deep ocean or deep sea in Uyghur side, but probably they purchased it or imported from other countries. They got and grounded pearl and mixed it with some drugs and used to treat mouse as oral syrup. Okay. Yogurt, I will not mention very much. Yogurt is very helpful for insomnia and muscle spasm, everything. It is very good nutrition factor. Okay, horses are very important in Turkish culture, not for just Uyghurs, but for all of us. In Divan-ı Lügat-ı Türk, Mahmud of Kashgar, is that right? I wrote there in Uyghur alphabet or in Arabic, is that right? Okay. From Kashgar, Mahmud, horse is the wing of a Türk. At Türk'ün kanadıdır. And Dede Korkut said, a man on foot cannot have hope. Yayaner'in umudu olmaz. Okay, they prepared kımız. Even in Turkey today, in Kazakh Valley, in Izmir, we produce kımız, and then some people are aware of that, and then they take, they buy, or they use. And kımız is very useful. Okay, they are not my sponsor organizations. Okay, I am not making advertising. But I like kımız. Okay, in my room I have. But I take very little amount, not to be drunk. I don't like alcohol drinks, but just because of my Uyghur roots, I take sometimes kımız. Okay, forgive me and forgive me, my Allah. Uyghurs use kımız containing lactic acid, albumin, vitamin A, B, C, and it is very near to mother milk. Okay, horse milk and kımız is very similar structure, has similar structure to mother milk. Very helpful, helping infection, everything. Treat obesity and cachexia, it is very good. Then today we know about leptin and ghrelin. Everyone knows, I think. One of them for obesity, one of them for cachexia. Then I think this balance is managed by kımız. It treats obesity as well as cachexia. Opposite side. Okay, now I will talk some herbal medicine about. If you go to Urumqi, in any street, you can see many kind of aktars. I think you are seeing aktars again. And many kind of plants, herbs, or drugs. Even we don't know some of them, name of some of them, because we don't have in Turkey. Now, in treatment of disease, Uyghurs use fruits, vegetables, herbs. The most of products are produced in their land, but some herbs are important from China and India. Okay, but many of them are produced in their country because welfare, how to say, soil is very good in Uyghur land. Okay, an elementary knowledge of toxicology they have because they observed animals. For instance, cows or sheep ate some kind of plants and then they died. They understood it is harmful for us. Then when they ate some kind of plants or herbs, this kind of crops, then when they get wealthy and they got very good weight, and then they understood it is very good for health, then they started using this kind of products. Now, but they didn't know about reason. Okay, they used to know, of course, by observing they are helpful or harmful, but they didn't not reason because the scientific development was not very well in that time. Just they observed it and they wrote down. It is important. Okay, Atasagun physicians were called as Otachi, MG or Atasagun in that time. I think in Uyghur side you say MG, probably. On contrary to shamans, Atasaguns used animal-derived drugs, herbs, minerals in order to treat disease. Otachi can understand the term derived from oat, medication prepared from oat, or person, pharmacist, probably. MG means pharmacist, same, M drug. And Atasagun means physician. I think Atasagun was a person in history. And then he was the father of this thing in that area. Then he trained and educated some people. Later, even his students got this name. Just because of writings, we understand that. But we haven't evidence in our hands. Okay. Then knowledge of early age otages is originated from shamans. Of course, shamans use some kind of drugs and then they learned from them, but they developed the idea. They left mystical side to other side. How do you say, shaman rituals. They didn't respect on this, but they used herbs. Atasagun is the first person applied these huge ancient methods to modern medicine of that age. Now, hygiene cleaning. Soap was invented by Uyghurs. For hygiene of body and belongings, Uyghurs use several herbal soaps and mineral salts. Yeah, it means clay, kil. In Turkey, we are using, even today in villages, some people use to clean their clothes, kil. Çöğen ötü, is that right in Uyghur? I don't know. Carpholycia family and Saponaria officinalis was also used for producing soaps. Now, one medication is very important in Uyghur land. Abnormal Savda Munsik. It has got in PubMed. Even today, modern medicine investigates this drug. It is treating cancer, cardiovascular diseases. It is very nice mixture. And abnormal Savda Munsik. I think from this word, if I translate, it is about stress. Okay, helping dissolving stress. It means abnormal Savda probably is huge love. Is that right? Yes. Then it makes stress on your body. Then if you want to treat this Savda, Kara Savda, then you use ACMQ. It means abnormal Savda Munsik. One of Uyghur medicinal herbal preparation is that, and is widely distributed in the Xinjiang region of China. It has long been used in traditional Uyghur medicine. It means TUM. And then it helps cancer, other things. Of course, Pfizer doesn't like maybe this idea. But now, it is a mixture of ACMQ. Okay. And the mixture is administered as decoction and is regularly used for the prevention. It is my reference because I inserted some of my references inside my slide. If I cannot finish in time, just you can take my slide. I don't have copyrights because in our religion, teaching science is a farce on us. then my chronometer worked. You can take. Now, just I will talk comes application. I will not say because I am not very important for mystical side, but I should say this. It is important. In that time, they were using some comes rituals to get rid of bad soul or bad evils, this kind of things, or Quranic. But in Europe, they were using trepanation, my friends. Trepanation is not very nice idea. It means trepanation, making hole on the head to remove bad soul, genes. But Uyghurs had very high civilization, just they used music, this kind of, it is in Europe. It is work. You see, yeah, they are, but it is shaman method. It is good, better than others. Just music, or giving some moral values, this kind of things. Or hajamat, kögün, or karantina. No, I am not. Okay, one picture was from you. They used music to treat diseases. Okay, do you know this? I think in Uyghur land, you have got üzerlik. You have üzerlik. In your home, I think you have. Why it is present in your home, at your home? Do you know that? In Turkey, we have, my childhood, I know this much very well. And then in your house, do you have, in Uyghur side? It is helpful to save your home from arthropods first. Okay, arthropods doesn't come, don't come. The second one, you take beads from these üzerlik, then you prepare tütsü. Then it is helpful for flies or some, how do you say, hasharat, some kind of insects. Okay, then I'm going back. Okay, another book I will advise you to read, Shamanism. It was published by Turkish History Organization, Türk Tarih Kurumu, and reflexology. They invented thermotherapy, Chergez they invented, or they, Bianchi is belong to Uyghurs. Now, okay, did you notice the building structure here? We are now in one building. It comes from Uyghurs, okay, or Buddhist, oldest Buddhist viharas. It was transferred to Islam as idea. Then madrasa structure came from viharas, okay. Then Uyghurs taught this subject or gave this information to Arabs, and then madrasas started. And the end, Koprahmat.
Vedat Bey'e bizim görüşümüzü kapattığı için tekrar teşekkürler.
Estağfurullah.
Sorularınız olursa
If you have questions, I can take or I can take later.
Türkçe, Uygurca, İngilizce her karşısında oluyor.
Okay. I had another version. I would show you one thing, but I couldn't find Mac version.
Soru geliyor.
Last, okay. May I take? Can you find my another finally Mac?
Burada büyük üstad Reşit Ahmet Arat'la saygıyla anıyorum. Evet. Ben de onun o eseri çok merak ettim ve son kaynakları elimde şu anda. Ben de o eser üzerinde çalışmayı düşünüyorum. O tıp metinler, uygun tıp metinler.
Reşat Arat, yes.
Reşit Ahmet Arat'ın. Bir sorum olacak size. Acaba siz o metinlere bakmışsınız, görmüşsünüz. Acaba tıpta kullanılan aletlerle ilgili isimler var mı?
Okay. I will say. In Uyghur medicine, they respected body integrity. They didn't like very much the idea of surgery. Okay. Uyghur medicine didn't like the idea for surgical operations because they believed respected to body integrity. They said, if we touch any side or we cut, we will give harm to body because everything is useful. But we know they used cataract surgery. We know they used cataract surgery. And they produced some kind of surgical things, but they didn't apply very much. They were for medicine.